love the game. I love the hustle, man.
What's good? I go by the name of Stealth. We got my boy Teddy Y45 to my right, and we are back with another podcast, All Net No Rim. What's good with y'all, man? Thank you for tapping in. If this is your first time to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Definitely subscribe, but then stick around, watch the video. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give y'all some good content for y'all that are returning. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. For you guys that have subbed, thank you. You know what I mean? Continue to support us. It's going to be a long NBA season. It's going to be a ton of content, ton of things to talk about, ton of topics, and we're going to cover it all. You know what I mean? But this is All Net No Rim episode, or All Net No Rim podcast episode number 9.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, you know, we're going to try to hit y'all more frequently. I know it's kind of been like, but we're going to try to get those to you. Oh, 5, man, you back, man. Last week, last time,
back, man.
Last time I had to do it dolo, and I think the time before that it was just me and Dope Boy. I don't know.
But you held it down though. You did a great job holding it down.
Thank you, brother. Hey,
balls to my guy.
I tried.
1 minute show.
I tried,
you know
man.
What I mean?
Also,
no
too,
backup singers.
Right. Also, too, y'all. His mic is at another place right now, but so we got to bear with him. He's on the computer mic.
Work with me.
So just work with him. You know what I'm saying? We can hear him though. You know, you sound all right. You know
I said, as long as you can hear me.
Right.
Hear the messenger. Don't care, you know what I mean?
Right. All right. So the first topic, real quick. Kings, man. Sacramento Kings. We're getting ready for the season. As of today is the 16th of October, and the NBA season starts in 9 days, I believe. The 25th, I believe. Is when the NBA season starts, man. I'm excited, man. How you feeling about the season, though, man? Like NBA being back, we got football, baseball playoffs. I ain't gonna lie, this is my favorite time of the year. The weather, we got every sport. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, and it's crazy. Growing up, I used to hate this time. Winter, I can't be outside late. It's getting dark early.
Right. Now it's like you want to be inside.
And you appreciate them naps.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't wait for a cloudy day. So
right.
I'm loving it right now. But you know what? As far as the Kings, you know what? Right now with this.
Hold on. Okay. Before we get into like the Kings, right? We're gonna talk about a specific King. I want to get to this because I talked about it a little bit on my solo pod, and you mentioned before that. I think it was like the pod we did before that one. You were talking about we were talking about Davion. He said, "Oh, we'll get to that at a later pod." So I expressed my concerns, I guess you could say, about Davion as a player on a solo podcast that I did. So
which is good points too. At the same
yeah. I was basically, I was just saying
valid concerns.
I feel like he needs to step up and solidify himself as the backup point for this team, right? Or just being a solid backup in the NBA. Now, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just like, it's just kind of like, what are you? Okay, are you just a defender and that's it? I feel like he's kind of one-dimensional, and you say you feel like he's going to take a step up. So in what ways do you feel like he's going to take a step up?
Well, actually, I think this is the season. What is his third season for Davion? Third, fourth?
Is this his third?
Yeah. Third season.
Yeah. I don't think it's 4.
Third season.
Okay.
So I think this is the season where he's going to come into his own. We're going to find out what he can and what he cannot do. There's no question about it that he's been working on his game this offseason, trying to get that jump shot going. Free throws, working on free throws. I've been seeing him getting in this offseason. So hopefully that can translate into the regular season. But we are definitely going to need Davion to hit that shot.
Now, you said you feel like he was going to take a jump. What
offensively,
and that's what I want to know. So what does that look like for you? Is that because to me, my concerns was playmaking and shooting.
Yeah.
I feel like to be a solid point guard in the NBA, you have to have both of those things, or at least one of them. And I feel like he's not really excelling or showing that he's developing in either of those areas right now. Now, again, it's real early. We had to see this year because, like you said, this is year 3.
Correct.
So I'm interested to see how he's going to look this season. But I just feel like from season 1 to season 2, I didn't really see a big jump. So I didn't see anything that's giving me confidence to be like, oh, he's going to take this leap as a playmaker, or, oh, he's going to take this leap as a shooter. Right. Now, when you say that, is that you just kind of like being confident that he's going to do that, or did you see something that makes you feel like he's going to take that jump and develop in one of those areas?
You know what? Well, I haven't seen enough of Friday to see, you know what he's going to make that jump, he's going to make that change. I'm just going off hope and what he's done over the time. Last year was a, you know what I mean, for him. I want to say he was averaging somewhere between 6 points. So if we can get that back up, because 2021-22 season he was averaging 11 points. But we added different pieces to the team.
He wasn't getting and I think we were a losing team, so he probably got more tick. I think we had some injuries and things, so he got more tick that first year.
Yeah, he went from somewhere about 27, 28 minutes to I want to say somewhere between 16 minutes last year. I could be wrong, but
Mike Brown not confident in him.
You guys will let us know if we're wrong though. So, but you know, if we can get Davion really, it's not really a point thing. We just need you to hit the open shot. You're going to guard. You're going to defend the best guard on the floor.
Yeah.
95, 90%, 80% of the time, right?
Yeah.
So we know you're going to bring it defensively. You're going to be intense. We just need you to hit that open shot, make better decisions in that crunch time.
And that's what I'm saying. I want that playmaking to get better, like being a point guard, seeing the floor, making those crispy passes, like making us say, "Oh, you see that?" Like I want to see that. I just feel like he's just kind of out there playing defense. And don't get me wrong, you can hang your hat on that. Pat Bev made a career out of it, but I don't want to see Davion be Pat Bev 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's kind of where he's trending if he doesn't develop in one of these other areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I believe in that if we can go anywhere from 5 to maybe let's get 7 points, somewhere 8 points. If we can get a 3-point difference, I don't know about the rotation. Hopefully he stays in the same minute range, but I know that with the additions
Chris Duarte.
Exactly, Duarte. I believe Keegan might be going down. Monk won't be taking a lot of minutes. So, you know, man, I mean, the opportunity is there. Just capitalize off the big dog.
Yeah.
All I want you to do is hit that open jumper in the corner.
No, we rooting for him, man. We're definitely going to need him. You know what I mean? Now, you mentioned something about the rotation right now.
Right.
And so I feel like I caught a lot of flack for this. Not a lot, but like some people were trying to tell me like, oh yeah, like when I mentioned the starting lineup in the summer, we talking about shaking it up. I think we had a whole video talking about should the Kings shake up the starting five, right? And at the time we didn't have all of the free agents and the drafts and all that stuff. Like we didn't have all the pieces that we have now. But now that we're looking at it and now that we kind of saw a different lineup yesterday in yesterday's preseason game versus the Warriors, we had Chris Duarte starting at the 2 spot with Herter on the bench. That's kind of, I feel like, and that's what I was saying early in the summer after the playoffs. I'm like, I feel like we need a little shakeup, and I like the way it looked. And the reason I like the way it looked is because I feel like in that starting lineup, we have enough firepower to score. We got Davion. We got De'Aaron Fox. We got Sabonis. We got Keegan. You know, Harrison Barnes could still, you know, get a bucket. Yeah. And then we got to see what Chris can bring. But I almost feel like Mike Brown should make that the starting lineup, because now if you do that, when you're going up against these other teams, now you have Herter, Monk, Sasha, Davion, McGee. Bro, that's gonna be hard for teams to deal with.
Right. But you know what though? This is the thing though. Now, and the thing is, I don't know Kevin Herter. You know what I mean? So this is just all pure off what if. You know, another thing is, man, you know, how does he feel about this? You know what I'm saying? How is his character about this? You know, when I see reports or I see him doing interviews, he always seems like a down to earth guy.
Yes,
he always
he
seems
does.
like he's a team guy over I, right? But I know for him this has to be a tough, even if this isn't true. Let's say this is
it may not be permanent. It may not. Yeah, it might be.
Let's just say it's an experiment, right? At the end of the day, it has to be a little tough. You know what I mean? Because you're logging on, and you're seeing the possibilities of you. This is a playoff team that hasn't, you know, this is a team that hasn't been in the playoffs 18, 17 years. You come here, they get in there, and they may feel like it's a little change. Although a lot of us feel like this may be a change that may be in order for the Kings to have better depth.
Bro, you took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say that. I feel like something like that would be best for the team. right now.
Absolutely.
And who knows? I mean, maybe Chris Duarte can come off the bench. He can kind of provide a spark too off the bench. But I just feel like having that firepower and that shooter off your bench, you know, but along with Monk coming in, it's like, woo, what are you gonna do with Monk and Herter? Like, how many teams could compete with that with their benches? You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? At some point, you know what? Even if Kevin Herter, you know what? Let's get out of the, you know what? The pride part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You ended the playoff series not too great.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And now we're rolling into the new season. The preseason, you're not really looking too great either. You know what I mean?
And I'm looking right here. They're saying that's pretty much why Mike Brown wanted to see a different look. Like, hey, like maybe you know.
Let's try something different.
Try to
see if we can get a spark. You know?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean people got to understand it. Playing, and you learned this from playing. You know, just because you start, it's not who started, it's who finished the game. The starter may only get 22 minutes. You might be the one that's getting. So you might be closing. Yeah. And I hope Kevin understand. You know what? If this is the decision that they make, you know what? This is about team. This isn't about I. And
trying to win a championship.
You may excel even better in this.
Yes,
you know
in this role. Yeah.
So,
no, absolutely. I think if he does want to get back in the starting lineup, he's going to have to be more consistent with a shot, and you're going to have to play defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, I mean, if he does those things, he can get his spot back. I don't know. I don't want to say like it's gone. It might not be gone. We don't know yet, but
get your spot back.
Be consistent, man, because like you said, he did kind of drop off in the playoffs, kind of disappeared. You know, he wasn't really present in that series.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's starting off slow in the preseason as well. So. He was hooping down there at the Rico Hines run, though. I seen some footage. I'm like, he was going crazy down the Rico Hines in L.A.
We don't care about the L.A.
You don't care about the L.A. runs? He working out. He working out, though. With other NBA players?
I need you to be in Golden One Center.
That's fair. That's
Rico.
fair. That's fair. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So speaking of our depth and speaking of our team, what's the role that you see for Sasha? And when I ask you what's the role, I mean like minutes, shots. Can he potentially find his way into the starting lineup? Like what do you see for him this season? Is it going to be like a fill out season for him, like coming to the NBA, or do you feel like Mike Brown is going to give him green light and just be like, yo, like you're going to be kind of like maybe. Cause I feel like now we got damn near like 2 6 men between him and Monk. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's a good problem to have. I won't say it's not a problem. It's a good thing to have, I should say. But what do you feel like his role is going to be this season?
Well, it's crazy because going into the training camp or the off season. Well, I'll say this: during the off season, we had a conversation, and and it's crazy us having this conversation because. When we was talking about starting lineup, somebody being moved and something else, Sasha was the first one that we was kind of like, you know what, Sasha
I said that.
HB. And now today we're speaking on it's
Chris Duarte.
Totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know what, I think Sasha's going to come in. He's going to do his thing. I think he's going to fit in good. For him, I think he's going to get more established, more familiar with
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Physicality.
Yep.
The quickness of it, the IQ of it.
Because he's going against better competition now. You know what I'm saying?
So better competition, just like you said. And you know what? And for me, for someone like that, it may take me 25, 30 games for me to even judge his game. You know what I mean?
But the good thing about, that too, but it may take him 20, 25 games for him to get acclimated to this is the grind. This is the grind of it, the travel, the physicality, like you said. The back-to-backs, playing against all this different talent. So it might take him a while, but if I'm really anxious to see how he picks it up. He's gonna have to defend. I don't know if he's a good defender. I don't know. Some y'all in the comments, let me know. Can Sasha defend? Was he a defender over there? I know he was an MVP, but can he defend? You're gonna have to be able to do that. I know we know we can shoot though. De'Aaron Fox was definitely praising his shooting. You know what I'm saying? And I think I want to see that on display. If that's your skill set, and like even if you just come in as the shooter, like come in and do that. You know what I mean? Like
Find your role.
Find your role and then go from there. So hopefully they make it like comfortable for him to where he's able to just kind of just slide in and make his presence felt. Pause. Make his presence felt.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying, on this team to have a role, because we're gonna need him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we're talking about going deep in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna need that off the bench. Like, especially how we looked last year. I feel like the bench kind of hurt us too. Going back to Davion. You know what I mean? Like, you know, all we really had was Monk. We had Monk going crazy off the bench. And then once deaaron got hurt, it was kind of like there was no scoring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man, right now at this point, Mike Brown.
Oh, you cutting out. What'd you say?
Can you hear me?
All right,
I said, at this point, Mike Brown said, I'm not playing games. If I don't like it, I'm pulling it. The West is too deep right now to be trying to play.
And I think, and I think he's gonna do that. You know, some feelings might get hurt.
Can't work with no feelings right now in the West.
And I think I don't know. Don't be surprised if this starting lineups gets shooken up with like a Harrison or like that harder spot. Like, don't be surprised. And we talked about that multiple times this summer. Like, we have videos on, y'all can go back. We talked about this starting lineup getting shooken up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. Also, what else we want to talk about with the Kings? I know it's something else. Sabonis was out there shooting threes. I feel like he was trying to make a point the other night.
Nice.
I feel like he was trying to be like, oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because remember, he wasn't even shooting 15 footers in the play, and now he out there against the right.
He hitting his jumper consistently all season. It's over.
But that's what I was saying after the playoffs. I'm like, y'all, wasn't he hitting that shot during the season? I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. Like, I don't remember Sabonis just not taking 15 footers or 3-point shots all season. All of a sudden, he just got the yips and couldn't do nothing. I was like, I could have sworn he was hitting that shot. So maybe it was just a confidence thing just in his head. I don't know, but
could be. But you know what he got? It seemed like he got a little bit more finesse. He just isn't power right now. He did look like he slimmed down a little bit. Mm-hmm. Man, you know what? I'm excited for the season. I'm ready to see what the Kings are going to do. I'm ready to see what Sabonis is going to do. D. Fox and the guys. Man, let's get it going. You know what I mean?
And like really for me too, Keegan. We ain't talked about Keegan yet. That's who we talking about a jump. That's the guy who I feel like is going. But I feel like it's gonna be a jump in confidence, knowing his skill set and knowing like, oh, okay, he went through a whole season. I'm like, oh, okay, this what it's about. Okay, he knows how physical it can get. He knows his spots now. He knows, and they know each other. They have the chemistry now too. And you add that to a whole season's worth of confidence. Yes. That's the guy I'm looking at. Like,
You know what I
mean?
You know, it's crazy for guys like that, young guys. It's very good for them to come back. Faces surround, although it's so rare, it's good to see that they surrounded him with a lot of the same familiar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, the ceiling, man. The ceiling is
so high for him, bro. So high.
You know, not just for Keegan, but for the Kings this season. I really think.
But I feel like he needs to be. But he needs to be a huge reason for that ceiling to go even higher.
We only go as far as him. Sabonis.
We know we're getting out of Fox. We know we're getting out of Sabonis. We know we're getting out of Harrison Barnes. We know we're getting out of Monk. You know what I mean? The keys are going to be Herter. Can you show up? Keegan, what's going to be your jump? You know what I'm saying? And Sasha, what are you going to add? Those are gonna, and mcgee being like the veteran defender. You know, bringing that.
You know what I mean?
Bringing that.
With the Tito's and the Jermaines, we need to know that y'all know choreography when y'all get to the arena.
So speaking of knowing what we're gonna get, man, we're going up against a tough Western Conference. So I want to talk about the Western Conference NBA teams right now. So let's do this real quick. We're gonna go through the teams that were in the playoffs, right? And I want to talk about some of these teams that you feel may drop out of the playoffs. Because I feel like somebody else is going to get in. There's going to be another team to get in, right? So let me run down real quick. I got it right here. And my computer would actually load up. All right, so we had Denver, Minnesota, Phoenix, Clippers, Kings, Golden State, Memphis, and the Lakers, right? So some of the teams that were on the outs, Dallas. You had OKC out. You had who was the other team I was just thinking about? New Orleans.
Yeah.
So those three teams, I'm kind of looking at like, I feel like one of those teams is going to get in. But who's going to be out? All right, so again, let me run down. Denver, Minnesota, Phoenix, Clippers, Kings, Warriors, Memphis, and Lakers. Off rip, I'm looking at Memphis, and it's crazy because they were number 2. But I feel like I never bought that number 2 from. I don't know why I just did not buy that position for them. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, and then exactly. But I'm saying I didn't buy it last year. I didn't buy 2 last year, but that's whatever. But I'm looking at Memphis. I'm looking at Minnesota, and I'm looking at a couple teams that could possibly get in. Is maybe like a OKC and like a Pelicans. You know what I mean? Or you still got Dallas. You got Luka and Kyrie. You know they want to get back in the play. You know what I'm saying? Like, so who's out? Who's in and who's out? Like,
I damn near, you know what?
Oh, you cut out.
I said I damn near don't even trust Minnesota. I would damn near have them all in the same little.
Yeah,
New Orleans and the Dallas.
Well, Minnesota was 8. You know what I'm saying? So they barely got in. They got in through the play-in, and then the Lakers were 7. I don't. Yeah. But Lakers, they're the team they have now, bruh. Like that they're coming in with. You know what I'm saying? Because they started last year with Westbrook, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, all that's done. They just had a horrible start. That they're not gonna. So they're in, and they were 7th last year.
And they'll be.
You said
maybe a little higher.
You said they'll be what?
I think they'll be somewhere around there again. Honestly, maybe a little bit higher. It all goes back to the health.
They're going to be top 4.
Oof.
They're going to be top 4. You see that roster they got?
Depends on the health of LeBron and AD. It depends.
Assuming health. You know, when I have these conversations, you know, I'm always assuming health though. I don't, because health is a variable we don't know about. We don't know what's going to happen. So assuming health, I see them top 4.
I'm just saying the history of the last 4 years have been they don't.
But assuming health, if they all play.
Oh, and then, if they are, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
on paper, they're a top 3 team.
So I see them moving up. And I feel like I'm looking at these teams, right? The Denver's, the Phoenix, Clippers, Lakers, Kings, Golden State, Memphis, Lakers. I feel like the one team you got to look at is as glaring as Memphis because their star players out for over a quarter of the season. That's more than a quarter of the season he's out. So they're gonna have a tough run, a tough start. If they can start strong and then he comes back in, then I don't know. But I doubt it though. Ja's he's too big of a piece. That a missing piece for them to like, I don't know. We'll see though. Phoenix, they're in. You got Durant, Booker, Bill, unless somebody gets hurt. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. Denver, the champs, they're in. Clippers. See, that's where I mean. They
can go anywhere from 3 to play in.
Assuming health, they're in. Yeah. Assuming health, they're in. Sacramento. If everybody's healthy in the West, right? Because I feel like we did benefit a little bit from injuries to get 48 wins, kind of come out of nowhere, so to speak, and get number 3 in the West.
And one thing that the Kings did do, even with in that in thought, some of the things that they did do with the addition of the new players that they did bring players with the history of good health too. You know what I mean? So it wasn't us going after that big free agent and he only plays 48 games a season. Instead, we brought in 2-3 people that play 50, 60 games a season that fits into what we're already doing.
And I think we got better too. Like I said, we talked about the roster about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I feel like we got better. We're going to be a tough out. Man, this Western Conference is about to be tough because I'm again looking at these 8 teams and thinking about the teams that didn't make it. I'm looking at Dallas. I just don't see Kyrie and Luka just not making the playoffs. A full season together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I see Dallas in there, maybe for that Minnesota spot. Are they the only? Is that going to be the only switch? Like, is that it? Mm-hmm. And then OKC and New Orleans, bro. Zion, Ingram, and McCollum and Valanciunas, Herbert Jones, like, bro, they got squad up there too, or down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, they do. They do.
You know what I mean? Like assume health with them too. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know so give me your 8. Just give me your 8 now. We're just gonna say it. Who's your Western Conference 8?
For me, I can't go from my mind state. I don't go into it with especially for a lot of teams with thinking of health.
But you have to. The reason. No, hold on. But hold on though. So you can't go out of. But you can't go off of history. You have to assume coming into a brand new. This season has nothing to do with anything that happened in the past. You have to go off this season assuming everybody's coming in healthy. Nobody has no major injuries. We know somebody's going to get hurt on some of these teams or one of these teams or a lot of these teams. That just happens. But I'm talking about you. I want you to pick. Assuming health, pick your top 8 and take your injury thought out of it.
I would probably go Denver 1.
Denver. It don't got to be like where you rank them, but just give me 8 teams.
Denver. I do like horse Phoenix. Horse Sacramento in there.
That's 3.
I would throw Utah in there.
That's another team that didn't make it. So now you got 4. Yeah. Okay. So all right, that's 14.
Clippers, Lakers.
5, 6.
And I will probably go New Orleans.
That's 7. You got one more.
Golden State.
So you took.
I got Portland, Dallas, San Antonio. Did I have OKC out of there? I might have OKC.
So you took out Minnesota, and you took out. Did you say you didn't say the Lakers? Did you? You didn't say Lakers.
I had Lakers, Clippers.
I
didn't have Memphis.
So the 2 teams you added was Utah and you said Utah, New Orleans, right?
Utah, New Orleans.
So you took out Memphis and Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean for me.
And a horrible preseason.
Oh man.
Horrible preseason for them.
Man, all right, so I'm gonna go Denver, Phoenix, both LA teams. That's 4 already. Gotta go with our Kings. And this is in no particular,
Okay.
But man, this is tough. Cause I like OKC. I like the Pelicans. I just feel like Dallas is coming. I just don't see Kyrie and Luka just not making the playoffs. So I'm gonna say
right.
So I'm gonna say Dallas.
Okay.
Oh man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be tough for the Kings to make this playoffs, bro. And I didn't want to say that. It's gonna be tough. I know we were 3rd last year, but the Lakers were down and hurt. Dallas was in a mess. They were, what I'm saying, they were trying to figure things out.
And they're still gonna be trying to figure it out.
Minnesota, what I'm saying, but it's gonna be tough for these Kings to make the playoffs.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a great season for the West.
But what I'm saying is they might fall out though. You know what I'm saying? They might fall out. Yes. But think again, let's look. Denver, Phoenix, both LA teams, Denver, Golden State. You know what I'm saying? And then you're kind of battling with the OKCs, the Pelicans, the Dallases. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like Minnesota's not going to win no game. Like they, you know what I'm saying? They might still be in the mix for like that 7th, 8th, 9th. You know what I mean? So it's like
all those teams you just named, I think the Kings are a better team than those teams. They're a better coach and they're a better team.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Get your popcorn ready, baby. Get your popcorn ready. 2023, 24 season is ready. You know what we doing?
That's going to be tough, man. That's definitely going to be tough.
Teddy White said it here first. Top 4 seed in the West this year.
For the Kings? You said top 4 for the Kings?
Top 4.
Okay.
2+2.
Man.
Oh.
So you think we're gonna be better than Golden State?
Strong possibility.
Record wise, you think we're gonna be better than all right, so look, so Denver, Phoenix, both LA teams, you don't think those are top 4? So whose spot we gonna take out of those 4?
I feel we're better than the Clippers.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right. We'll see.
Come on, man.
Nah, we'll see. Well, you know me. I like who I like, but I'm always gonna be realistic about what I see and what I think. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough.
That's right.
Eastern Conference. We have Milwaukee, we have Miami, we have Cleveland, New York, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Boston, Atlanta. Those were the 8 teams. Milwaukee, Miami, Cleveland, New York, Philly, Brooklyn, Boston, and Atlanta. Now, how do you see this shaking up? Do you see somebody in the East kind of climbing up into that top 8 and making a playoff? Somebody else getting? I feel like the East always kind of looks like that.
Yeah, it's going to be the same teams from last. You know what I mean? When we look at the East, we know it's going to be Milwaukee. It's going to come down to Philly.
Well, right now we're talking about top 8 though. Now we're going to get to all that, but I'm talking about top 8 though. The 8 teams in the playoffs.
I be feeling like naming East 8 teams.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying because Atlanta was 7th, Miami was 8th. I could see both of them not being. I could see Miami not being in the playoffs too. Like they were 8th last year, and they just got. I ain't gonna say the word luck, but I could see them not being in the playoffs. Atlanta, I
actually see them making a deal before All-Star break.
For who? Though? Nothing that's gonna be significant. They don't have no trade value. You would for them to do that, you would have to because you only got 3 players. Yeah, Bam, Jimmy, and Hero. Nobody really wanted Hero like that, or I think they're valuing Hero more so than the rest of the league does. You know what I'm saying? The league don't look at heroes like, oh yeah, I want here. Like nobody So you would have.
I will say this: that Boston,
and nobody want Kyle Lowry.
That Boston and that Milwaukee series playoff is going to be awesome.
We're gonna get to that, man. Don't rush me. Let me set the pace, man. I'm the host. I'm the host. Let me set the pace. Relax. We got it, bruh. But we talk about the top 8. All right.
Yep.
So, like I said, I feel like Atlanta, Miami probably won't make the. I don't get to say probably not, but I feel like a team like maybe like the Pacers could sneak in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like what they're kind of building up down there. Halliburton, he's doing his thing. I think they got some additions in free agency. Another team, who else was out there?
Brooklyn probably get in there.
Brooklyn, yeah.
It's going to pretty much be the usual suspects: Atlanta, Miami, Boston, Philly, and then after that, you got the really the bottom of the barrel after that.
Now, I had somebody tell me they feel like Detroit's gonna make a push for 8. Said they're young, good coaching.
He had to be from Detroit, yeah. Bruh had to be whoever had buffs on, baby. He had to have buffs on.
Yeah, I know we had the buffs on.
And his favorite rapper is Babyface Ray.
So you don't think they could make a little push?
No.
For 8 spot in the East?
Too young, man.
Orlando. 8 spot. Spicy. 8 spot in the East. Play in Orlando.
I don't like it.
Okay. Pacers.
Now Pacers is what I chose coming into this.
Pacers is what I chose.
I think you said Orlando.
I said no. I said. Why didn't you mention Houston for the West?
I didn't either.
I didn't even mention Houston was my sleeper team, bro. Yeah. I like them too, but so I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I do feel like Atlanta, Miami could drop out. New York, depending on how they look. Brooklyn, they were 6th. I could see them not making the playoffs though. I could see them just remember they made that trade mid-season, and when they made that trade, I want to say they lost a lot of games. They kind of dropped. You know what I'm saying? Mikal Bridges was hooping, but I could see them dropping out. But
he'll be an all-star this year. I got him being an all-star.
What about Jordan Poole and Kuzma? Playing?
I need a little blink emoji.
No playing. No playing for them. Just a whole lot of shots, huh? A whole lot of shots and no defense, huh?
No defense.
I ain't gonna lie, I do want to watch them though, just to see that, just to like see how bad, just to watch bad basketball. Almost like, you know what I'm saying?
They might well bring John Wall back.
Oh God, man. But nah, that's gonna be funny. But yeah, the East is always kind of just East is definitely not as stacked as the West, and it was kind of getting there. But we have to have some trades and whatnot. So let's talk about these top. I'm gonna talk about the top 4 teams. So now we're gonna get into our predictions. All right, let's talk about the top 4 teams. Let's stay in the East right now. So top 4 is pretty much gonna be Milwaukee, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Now who's the other 2? And I know people go, oh, Philly. If James Harden's gone, I could see them dropping out at top 4 or being top 4 in the East. What are your thoughts on that? No James Harden. You pretty much got Embiid, Maxey, Tobias.
I think they have enough.
To be top 4?
To be a top
in the
4
East.
Team. In the East.
Okay.
When I look at the rest of the East, I feel they're better than Orlando. I feel they're better than Washington. I still, even without Harden,
you cut out a little bit.
I said even without Harden, I still feel that they're better than Atlanta.
Okay.
I feel they're better than Detroit. I think they're better than the Knicks. I think they're better than the Pacers. So
I don't know. Without Harden, without Harden, I don't know if they're better than the Knicks.
I don't have them better than Cleveland. I think Cleveland's better than them. And then outside of that, I think they're better than. I would say they're better than Brooklyn. I would like to see that.
They're definitely better than Brooklyn.
They're definitely a 4 or 5 team, even without
Harden.
But it's funny because depending on Embiid, if he's healthy and unhealthy, they could be anywhere 5 seed to out of it.
And then if there's no Harden, right, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to score. You know, his body kind of wears down throughout the season. He, I know you always like to talk about injuries. Yeah. He's a guy who always misses little periods, little 7 games here, 8 games here, 5 games. You know, you add that up, you start losing some of those games, especially with no James Harden. Now you're fighting for playoff seeding. You know what I mean? Atlanta's a team I'm kind of looking at. I feel like can maybe take a jump. If I had to pick one team in the East to where like, okay, like maybe they can get to like that 6-5-4 spot, I could see Atlanta. A full season with DeJounte Murray, Trae Young.
I believe this is the big Snyder's first full year.
Yep. I could see Atlanta.
Man, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They're from 5 to out of it.
To 5 to out of it, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised. Snyder's a good coach. If anybody can get them into the playoffs, it would be him.
Give me your Eastern Conference Finals. Give me your winner and tell me why.
I'm going to go Milwaukee. I'm going to go Boston. I'm going to go Milwaukee, Boston.
Who's winning and why?
I think I'm going to go with Milwaukee on that.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with Milwaukee. That's in October, man. Check back with me in February. You know what I mean?
No, you got to make your predictions in the preseason so we can go back like, okay, you got now that's what we're doing. And now who you got? Now, of course, we're going to revise and talk about like what's going on at the time. But like right now, today, who you got?
You know what? I'm going to go with Boston.
Boston?
Nah, you know what? With the Porzingis edition saying that he's healthy.
Drew Holiday.
I'm going to go with
Jaylen Brown. Tatum.
I'm going with my dog from St. Louis, from the O. You know what I'm saying? My dog Tatum, New City. Y'all see us in the building.
No, I was gonna say like unless it's seeding, I don't see how they're not gonna meet up in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Because I see them as 1 and 2. I think 1 and 2 meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. But it's gonna be one of them. I think I got Boston too because I just feel like it's too much firepower. You know what I'm saying? And I do like the Dame and Giannis, but new coach. I feel like they lost a little bit of defense with Drew Holiday gone. You lost it in I feel like that Grayson Allen loss was kind of underrated too, as far as a loss. I feel like because he was a good defender and he was a good shooter. When he was open.
And we can't forget. Hey, don't forget about Middleton too. Not forget about
no,
Middleton.
definitely not forget about Middleton. But I kind of and I got Bobby Portis, I got Brook Lopez, and so I think they got Malik Beasley over there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with Boston, man. I just think it's their time. I feel like Jason Tatum. It's time for you to take that next step. Get back to the finals. Go try to win you a ring, man. If he doesn't do it this year, I don't know, man. We might got to start putting that overrated tag.
Right.
Because this is year 7 for him, I believe. So
it is.
All right, so let's go back to the Western Conference. Give me your top 4 teams real quick in the Western Conference again.
Top 14 Western Conference. I'm gonna go Denver, Phoenix, Clippers. Phoenix, Denver. I'll go Sacramento. We in there.
So Clippers, Phoenix, Sacramento, Denver.
Denver, Phoenix,
Second. And who?
Second Clippers. Second Clippers. Going top 14 from the West.
All right. So who would be the last 2 standing in your mind? The let's say like Western Conference Finals, or who the two teams you feel like could like are going to move
Phoenix.
on? Denver, Phoenix. Who's going to win?
Yes.
And why?
I think Denver will win it. There's too much firepower. I got Denver
I'm going to say Phoenix.
coming out the West.
I think Phoenix will win this one. I feel like Denver had a very long season. To me too, and I know he's going to get in shape over the season, but Jokic definitely looked like he wasn't in shape when I seen him in the preseason the other day. Look like he just was not ready to play. And I don't know, he just looked kind of like just like after the finals, he just kind of just like looked like over it. Like are you ready to retire? Like you know what I mean? Like it kind of gave me that vibe. Like you're just like, okay, I won. I made my money.
Guys like that, you know what I mean?
I'm not saying that he don't love the game, but it just
no, and he does. But guys, like
do you see what I'm saying though?
Basketball isn't your number thing, and you've already achieved the I'm looking for other things.
That's what I'm saying, and I kind of feel like a little bit of that vibe is going to seep in for him. And again, they had a long season. They're gonna have a target on their back, and Phoenix got better. Phoenix didn't like how they went out. They didn't like how they did not like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they got better. Their roster got stronger. So I agree with you. I feel like Phoenix. Well, you said Denver, but I feel like Phoenix is gonna beat Denver and move on to the NBA Finals. So right now, I have a Phoenix-Boston matchup. You have a Denver-Boston matchup as of today. Who do you feel like will win that series?
What'd you say?
Denver-Boston. That's who you have picked for the NBA Finals right now. So who do you feel like would win that series?
I think I got Boston.
You got Boston beating Denver? Why?
I got Boston beating Denver. I like that Porzingis pickup. I like that Holiday. Man, I just think this might be Boston's
Jaylen Brown. They're gonna be hard to guard. They're gonna be really hard to guard.
You know I give up on my dog from New City, my Tatum. You know what I mean?
They're gonna be really hard to guard. They have 4 dudes that can get buckets. They have 4 dudes who can average 20 if they. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tough. So I got Phoenix and Boston. Woo!
And then again,
I think for my 2 picks, I think I'm gonna go Phoenix over Boston. I got Phoenix winning. I got Phoenix going winning the NBA championship. I think Phoenix is gonna win it. Again, we're all assuming health for all these teams, but if you got a healthy KD, a healthy Booker, and a healthy Beal, and I think they got some really good pickups for the little bit of money they had, and like the Eric Gordons, the Bowles, guys like that. I think they're gonna help fill that team out with depth. I think I got Phoenix winning the NBA championship, man, over the Boston Celtics. Man, I'm definitely excited about this season, man. Like I said, the NBA official season is starting in about 10 days, and man, I cannot wait. Definitely got to go to some games this season. Yes. So we just want to get on here and talk to y'all real quick. We're definitely gonna come back probably next week. We'll do another pod before the season starts, and then we'll try to hit y'all weekly. You know what I mean? Because today is Monday. Yeah, so we definitely gotta come back next week. But But nah, yeah, if you stay tapped in with us, definitely appreciate you guys checking out this podcast, episode number 9, All Net No Rim. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment on anything that we talked about, whether it's the Kings, Western Conference, Eastern Conference, your predictions. Drop your comments. You know what I mean? Let us know what we got wrong or what you feel like, you know what I mean, you may agree with. Also, too, the email is in our description. If there's anybody who feels like they could benefit, maybe we could partner up, any sponsorships or anything like that. If you got a business you feel like we can help you out with, go ahead and email us. It is in the description. You can reach out to us. We could talk. And yeah, man, hopefully Dope Boy be back, man. I know, like, man, it's been crazy because, like, I think it's been like us two, then it was me, now it's us two again. Dope Boy, his computer been down, his internet been down. So it's been a while since we had all three of us, man. That's what I want to get back to. You know what I mean? Like, having all three of us are really locked in and talking about these NBA topics, man. But yeah, man. So, anything you got to say before we get up out of here? Teddy White.
Man, appreciate the love. Keep tuning in.
Follow my guy over there on Twitter too. His Twitter.
Man, follow Teddy. Yeah, man. Teddy.
Yeah, we gotta get his numbers up. We gotta get his numbers
Please
up.
do. Please do.
You know what I'm saying? He on there talking sports, talking, you know what I'm saying, NBA, football.
I show a nipple or something. I need to get them numbers up.
But also, if anybody's on Threads is like the Instagram, Twitter thing. I got dummy followers over there. I'm actually gonna put that in the link too. So I might get on there if we get some activity over there. I got hella followers on there. I don't know why, but I guess I gotta start using it with hella people following me. So I'll put that. I'll put that link in the description as well. But nah, we up out of here, man. So like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get at y'all next week.
Man.
Peace.
Tune in with your dogs, man.